was a very rich person. He had two sons. The first son was hardworking. He always obeyed his father. He was very good and nice person. But the second son was totally different from the first son. He was lazy. He did not work in his father's field. He was disobedient to his father. He wanted to lead a free life. The younger of them said to his father, "Father, give me the share of the estate that will belong to me." So he divided its assets between them. After a few days, the younger son gathered together all he had and left on a journey to a distant country. And there he squandered his wealth with a wild lifestyle. Then after he had spent everything, a severe famine took place in that country, and he began to be in need. So he went and worked for one of the citizens of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He was longing to eat the carrots the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. But when he came to his senses, he said, "How many of my father's hired workers have food enough to spare? But here I am, dying from hunger. I will get up and go to my father and say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me like one of your hired workers.'" So he got up and went to his father. But while he was still a long way from home, his father saw him, and his heart went out to him. He ran and hugged his son and kissed him. Then his son said to him, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said to his slaves, "Hurry, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let us eat and celebrate, because the son of mine was dead and he is alive again. He was lost and is found." So they began to celebrate. Now his older son was in the field. As he came and approached the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the slaves and asked what was happening. The slave replied, "Your brother has returned, and your father has killed the fattened calf, because he got his son back safe and sound." But the older son became angry and refused to go in. His father came out and appealed to him, but he answered his father, "Look, these many years I have worked like a slave for you, and I never disobeyed your commands. Yet you never gave me even a goat so that I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours came back, who devoured your assets with prostitutes, you killed the fattened calf for him." Then the father said to him, "Son, you're always with me, and everything that belongs to me is yours. It was appropriate to celebrate and be glad, for your brother was and is alive. He was lost and is found." The elder son understood the love behind the words of his father. He forgot everything about his younger brother. He decided to take part in the celebration. He was happy. We are the prodigal son. The prodigal son or lost son was an abuser of grace. Grace is most often defined as unmerited or unearned favor. The son had a loving father, a good home, provision, a bright future, and an inheritance, but he traded it all in for temporal pleasure, welcoming pain and trouble for himself. We are like that prodigal son. We all are like sheep that have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way. We think we know better. We squander the grace of God and trade it in for worthless treasure. And yet, at the point we realize that we are unworthy, imperfect, living like pigs, sinners, rebels, in need, destitute, hungry, dirty, and empty, so much so that it compels us to run back into the arms of grace, that we will be saved. For it is by grace that we are saved through faith, and this is not our own doing. It is the gift of God,